You've tried positive thinking. You've tried talk therapy. You've tried journaling your feelings until your hand cramped. But you still feel anxious. You still feel that tightness in your chest and that racing mind. What if I told you that the problem isn't in your mind? What if I told you that you have been trying to fix a software problem, when in reality, you have a hardware problem? This is the vagus nerve. It is the command center for your calmness. And today, I'm not going to tell you to relax or calm down. I'm going to show you 3 physical switches to manually turn off your fight or flight mode in under 60 seconds. Welcome back to Take and Grow. Before we fix this, we have to stop shaming ourselves for it. If you are watching this, you probably identify as an anxious person. You think it's a personality trait. You think you are just wired to worry. You feel a constant low-level hum of dread, even when you are sitting on your couch watching Netflix. You are physically safe, but you feel like you are being hunted. I am here to offer you a radically different diagnosis. You do not have anxiety. You have a dysregulated nervous system. Anxiety is a label we give to a set of symptoms. Dysregulation is the physiological root cause. Think of your body like a high-performance vehicle. You have 2 primary modes of operation. The sympathetic nervous system. This is the gas pedal. It mobilizes energy. It pumps cortisol and adrenaline. It prepares you to fight a predator or run for your life. The parasympathetic nervous system. This is the brake pedal. It slows your heart rate. It aids digestion. It allows you to rest, connect, and heal. In a healthy system, you press the gas to handle a challenge, a deadline, a workout hand, then you press the brake to recover. The problem with modern life is that your gas pedal is stuck to the floor. You aren't fighting a bear. You are fighting a passive-aggressive email. You aren't running from a lion. You are sitting in traffic. But your ancient biology doesn't know the difference. It treats a notification on your phone with the same biochemical intensity as a physical threat. Eventually, the brake pedal gets stiff. It stops working. You get stuck in on mode. That sensation of being stuck on, that is what you call anxiety. It isn't a character flaw. It is a mechanical failure of the braking system, and you cannot think your way out of a mechanical problem. You have to feel your way out. So, how do we fix the brake pedal? We need to access the body's reset button. It's called the vagus nerve. Vagus means wandering in Latin. This nerve is the longest cranial nerve in the body. It starts at the base of your brain, wanders down your neck, wraps around your vocal cords, your heart, your lungs, and digs deep into your gut. Here is the most critical piece of data you will learn. Today, 80% of the fibers in the vagus nerve are afferent. That means they send signals from the body up to the brain. Only 20% go from the brain down. This explains why positive affirmations rarely stop a panic attack. Your brain, the 20%, is trying to say we are safe. But your body, the 80%, is screaming we are in danger. The body's signal is simply louder. This process is called neuroception. Your nervous system is constantly scanning the environment for danger, below the level of your conscious awareness. If your body detects danger, tight shoulders, shallow breathing, high heart rate, it will hijack your brain and force you to think anxious thoughts to explain the physical feeling. If you want to stop the anxiety loops, you have to hack the system from the bottom up. You have to physically stimulate the vagus nerve to send a new message to the brain. We are safe. When you do this, the brain releases acetylcholine and GABA, nature's tranquilizers. It happens instantly. I'm going to give you 3 switches. These are biological shortcuts. They bypass the conscious mind and talk directly to your survival brain. Switch number 1 is the fastest way to reduce heart rate and It is called the physiological sigh. This isn't just generic deep breathing. If you are hyperventilating and someone tells you to take a deep breath, you might actually panic more because you are offloading too much carbon dioxide. The physiological sigh was discovered by looking at how animals naturally calm themselves down. You'll see dogs do this right before they fall asleep. Humans do it involuntarily when they are sobbing and start to recover. Here is the mechanism. Your lungs have millions of tiny sacs called alveoli. When you are stressed, these sacs collapse like deflated balloons. As a result, oxygen and carbon dioxide don't exchange efficiently, and your stress levels rise. The protocol? Double inhale. Inhale through the nose, then, before you exhale, take a second, shorter, sharper inhale through the nose. This physically pops those collapsed alveoli open. Extended exhale. Exhale very slowly through the mouth, as if you are breathing through a thin straw. Let's do 3 rounds together. Right now, Dr. Vale slows his pace, guiding the viewer. Inhale through the nose. Pause. Take that second sip of air. Now exhale through the mouth. Long. Slow. Audible. Keep going. Empty the lungs completely. Again. Nose. Nose again. Mouth. Let the shoulders drop. Let the jaw unclench. One more. Inhale. Sip. Exhale. Why does this work? It triggers respiratory sinus arrhythmia. When you exhale, your diaphragm moves up into the chest cavity. This makes the heart slightly smaller, physically. Blood flows faster through a smaller space. The vagus nerve detects this speed and instantly slows the pacemaker of the heart to compensate. Long exhale equals slow heartbeat. It is biology. It works every time. Switch number 2 is for when the anxiety is high, when you are spiraling, or you feel a panic attack looming. It is aggressive, but it is a hard reboot for your computer. It relies on an ancient evolutionary mechanism called the mammalian dive reflex. We share this with dolphins and seals. When a mammal plunges its face into cold water, the body immediately reacts to preserve life. It shuts down non-essential functions, it massively activates the vagus nerve, and it drops the heart rate to preserve oxygen. It literally forces the body into a calm, preservation state. The protocol: if you feel overwhelmed, go to the bathroom, fill the sink with ice-cold water, or get a bowl with ice cubes. Lean forward, hold your breath, and submerge your face, specifically the area around your eyes and cheekbones, into the water for 30 seconds. If you are at work and can't dunk your head, grab an ice pack or even a cold can of soda and hold it against the side of your neck or the center of your chest. This cold shock sends a massive, undeniable signal through the vagus nerve. It snaps you out of the loop of rumination. You cannot worry about your future when your body is reacting to freezing water. It forces your brain to focus on the immediate physical sensation. It pulls blood flow back to the core. It regulates your state instantly. It's not comfortable, but it is effective. It snaps the stuck gas pedal back into place. Switch number 3 is the strangest, but perhaps the most sustainable for long-term regulation. It utilizes the anatomy of the vagus nerve passing directly through your vocal cords and the inner ear. We can stimulate the nerve through vibration. Ancient cultures figured this out intuitively. Monks chanting Om, choirs humming, reciting the rosary. These create a specific frequency of vibration in the throat that stimulates the vagus nerve. This is called vagal toning. Just like you do bicep curls to tone your arm, you do vocal vibration to tone your nervous system. The protocol: sit comfortably. Inhale deeply into your belly. On the exhale, I want you to make a low, rumbling, foghorn sound. The word is VOO, not moo, but VOO. VOOOOOO. You want to aim the sound down. You should feel a physical vibration in your chest and your throat. If the sound is high-pitched, it vibrates in your head. That's not what we want. We want it in the chest. Do this for 1 to 2 minutes. Why does this work? In the wild, a prey animal would never make a low, loud, sustaining sound. If a predator was nearby, it would be silent. By making this sound, you are sending a primitive safety signal to your brain. You are telling your amygdala, I am safe enough to make noise. I am safe enough to vibrate. After 60 seconds of VOOing, you will often notice a spontaneous yawn or a swallow. That is a sign your nervous system has shifted from sympathetic stress to parasympathetic rest. These 3 switches, the sigh, the cold, and the sound, are your emergency brake. They are for when you are already spinning out, but you don't want to drive through life using the emergency brake. You want to fix the car. To heal a dysregulated nervous system long term, you need to understand the concept of safety signals. Your nervous system is constantly scanning the environment 24/7, asking one question: am I safe? Triggers are signals of danger. A loud noise, a frowning face, a lack of sleep, a blood sugar crash, doom scrolling on Twitter. Glimmers are signals of safety. If you have chronic anxiety, your life is likely overflowing with triggers and starving for glimmers. You need to actively flood your senses with safety. Here's your regulation menu. Visual safety. Get outside and look at the horizon. Panoramic vision, looking wide, calms the brain. Focused vision, staring at a phone, excites the brain. Social safety. The vagus nerve is also called the social engagement system. A hug lasting 20 seconds or more releases oxytocin. Even looking at a photo of a loved one or a pet can send a safety signal. Gut safety. 95% of your serotonin, the happiness hormone, is produced in your gut. If your gut is inflamed from processed food, your brain will feel anxious. Eating fermented foods and protecting your microbiome is a mental health strategy. You are building a buffer. The more safety signals you provide, the wider your window of tolerance becomes. You can handle more stress without breaking, because your baseline is grounded in safety. It is time to stop identifying with your anxiety. Stop saying I am an anxious person. That locks you into a victim mindset. Start saying, my nervous system is currently dysregulated and I have the tools to fix it. You are not broken. You are not crazy. You are just stuck in gear. And now, you know how to shift. If this physical approach to mental health resonates with you, hit that like button. It helps us get this information to the millions of people who are suffering unnecessarily because they think it's all in their head. And if you are ready to master your physiology and build a foundation for true growth, subscribe to Take and Grow. I have a challenge for you. Do not wait until your next panic attack. I want you to try switch number 3, the VOO sound. Do it for 1 minute after this video ends. See if you can feel that shift in your chest. And tell me in the comments, which of these 3 switches feels most effective for you. Thank you for watching. Regulate your system. Reclaim your life.